and welcome back to another episode of That's What She Said, where we dive deep into grounded spirituality, real healing, and the wild wisdom of what it means to be fully human. I'm Amanda Bryan, energetic mentor, bio emotional healer, and your guide for today's conversation. If you've ever felt like the energy you carry isn't just from this life, that some of your patterns, emotions, or even gifts might have roots far deeper, then this episode is for you. It has been a minute since my last episode, and I want to thank you for your patience as I have been focusing on the opening of my new sacred healing space in Merrimack, New Hampshire. The official open date is May 20th, and if you're local, I would love to have you. Soon I will have a virtual option so that if you are not local, you can still participate in all the healing virtually. But let's focus on the here and now. Today we're talking about channeling energy across time, how we access healing, not just from the present moment, but from the past and the future too. But before we get into that, I want to give a shout out to all the supporters and followers of the show. As an independent creator, your support means the world to me. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the show and leave a review, and this will help me out so much. You can also become a monthly donor to the show in any amount you choose, and I'll link that in the show notes. And you can also send me a one-time Venmo. But the absolute best way is to share an episode with someone you love. In this wild ride of life, we are here to support one another along the way. Let's start with this. What is channeling energy? Channeling isn't some mystical woo-woo power reserved for a few special people. It's something that we all do all the time. I recently taught a full day workshop at the AMTA Movement and Education Retreat, and I totally took for granted channeling and the energy work that I do. So many of us have this quote unquote gift or superpower or ability, and we have to trust in it and tap into it in order for it to help work with us and for us to co-create our experience. We also have to become a clear channel for this energy. And we can do this through keeping our bodies healthy and strong with lots of water, nutritious whole foods, movement, yoga, meditation. Think about your body as the vessel to channel the energy. And you want a really good, strong, clean vessel without any gunk. So just like you take care of your car so that you can get from point A to point B, you also want to take care of your body, which is the vehicle that drives you through this human experience. And I just had this great conversation with someone the other day who has a transgender child, and she was concerned about treatments in order to help her child feel more supported and at home in their body. And I completely empathized with this. And as a mother, we really do just want our kids to be happy and healthy. And it's not about the vehicle. And it's so much more deeper than that. And if we can learn to love our bodies regardless of what they look like, I mean, I would love to have a Mercedes, but I have a Chevy Traverse. I make the best of it. To channel is to become a vessel, to allow energy to move through us instead of holding on to it. You've heard me say we hold our issues in our tissues. We want to let this energy flow through us. Just like how you see animals or dogs kind of shake off, they'll give themselves a good shake after excitement or, after whatever. Humans don't tend to do that. We tend to something happens to us, whether it's excitement, good, bad, happy, sad. And rather than allowing it to shake off of us, physically move our body, shake our hands, jump up and down, whatever it is, we hold on to it. And then this kind of creates this stuck energetic pattern in the body. So that moment when you walk into a room and immediately you feel the vibe shift, or when a song plays and suddenly you're crying and you don't know why, or you think of someone and you just know they're about to call, or you dream about something and then it happens or something very similar happens to it. That's energy. That's channeling. That's your nervous system and intuition picking up on something deeper. But here's where it gets even more powerful. Dr. Brian Weiss wrote a book called Many Lives, Many Masters, and it was a game changer. He was a traditionally trained psychiatrist who accidentally stumbled into past life regression when a patient under hypnosis started recalling vivid memories from other lifetimes. And these weren't just stories. These memories brought deep tangible healing. Her fears and anxieties began to dissolve, not because she talked them away, but because she felt them, understood them, and released them. For example, one of the ailments that she suffered was being claustrophobic, being in and not even being able to go into an elevator because it was creating so much anxiety for her. And when she was under hypnosis, she started revealing this past life of being left alone in a cave to die. And then after the session, and if I remember correctly from the book, very rarely did she actually remember what she said while she was under hypnosis. So as she was recalling these past lives. But then, like, her next appointment, she met with Dr. Brian Weiss and was like, I no longer have a fear of being in the elevator, or she took the elevator there, or something like that. But so it was proof that what we heal, like in any moment, we're healing through all lifetimes. So I want to share my own experience of having a past life regression done and what it healed for me. I learned about past life regression while I was in my Reiki training, early on in my Reiki training. And we did a past life regression healing session. And what happened, well, to backtrack just a little bit. So when I was in my early 20s, I started having a lot of anxiety around driving. It came out of nowhere. Like, I would start having panic attacks while I was driving. I would have dreams that I was, taking a turn or going into like a guardrail. Like, I would just have these dreams of being in an accident and then have this anxiety that I never really had before. I've actually always like really enjoyed listening to music and going on car rides. So I went to this past life regression, and in it revealed that I had died in a car accident, and it was in my last past life. So it was like my most recent past life. And after I went through this past life regression, I stopped having this anxiety around driving. So that for me made it so tangible and so real. As much as I love the mystical stuff, I need to experience it myself. And so this was like, this had me sold. So healing doesn't have to come through logic. It can come through any energy, and energy isn't limited by time or space. So what we heal in one lifetime or in one energetic pattern from wherever it is, it doesn't even have to be ours. It has this ripple effect into the present moment and throughout all other lifetimes. So when you heal one, you heal all. You're healing yourself now, but you're also healing the past, present, and future. And it's okay if that doesn't make sense, because your body knows. Our bodies hold memories, just like our physical body does. Our energetic body holds on to this memory. Sometimes we carry fears that don't make sense. We sabotage relationships or carry grief that feels like it isn't ours. We have phobias, physical pain, chronic anxiety, and there's really no clear explanation. But what if we're carrying echoes, imprints? What if your body is holding a story from another version of you? In Many Lives, Many Masters, revealing that deep emotional and energetic wounds may not always originate in this lifetime. So again, through that hypnosis, his patient was able to relive those past lives and have these experiences be released so that she could move forward. Now, this groundbreaking work reminds us of a powerful truth, that healing is not linear. Energy transcends time, and so do unresolved experiences. This is where energy work becomes so profound. When we move the energy through body work, breath, visualization, or movement, we can actually begin to clear what's stuck across timelines. So we carry this unprocessed energy from former lifetimes in our chakras and subtle body, and then it can often present as that chronic fear or anxiety with no identifiable cause, repeating relationship patterns, unexplained physical sensations or ailments, deep emotional responses to certain people, places, or themes. These are energetic echoes. These are remnants of stories our soul still holds on to. when we release the past, we rewire the present and we reimagine the future. And this is where the chakras come in. So chakras are portals for this soul healing. And so there's a lot of different ways to do this type of healing. You don't actually have to be in a trance or have a past life vision heal across time. You just have to be willing to tune in and listen, because for some people, like, the idea of a past life or tapping into something like that is that's gonna stop them in their tracks right there. They're not gonna move any forward because it doesn't make sense, or maybe it doesn't align, or it doesn't feel right, or it goes against their religion, or whatever it is. So you've got a lot of different options in clearing out this energy. It doesn't have to be through one avenue. It doesn't have to be through a hypnosis or an actual past life guided meditation. I mean, it's a great way, a guided visualization. This is a way where we meet a past version of yourself. You hold them, you speak to them, you give them love. This is something that I do often with my clients as we're working through inner child healing. We travel back to their childhood home. We go in through the doorway. We find the child, that inner version, that child, whatever age we were at. So, like, say it's like you from when you were 7 in your childhood home, and we give them whatever they needed. Maybe they just needed a hug. Maybe they need someone to play with. Maybe they need to be taken out of the home and brought somewhere safe. And so as we guide through these steps of healing, this is where we're doing the work. And then my clients all have stated that after there's been this sense of release, one of my actual, like, I think about this story all the time, and I hope she hears this, because it really has impacted me so deeply into my heart. I was doing a past life regression on a client, and what came up was that she had been she was one of the youngest of many, and she had been left at church on accident. And so this memory came up, and this was without her even telling me. So I'm just like I'm talking to her as we're going through it. And I healed that memory by being there with her. And so the next time she came in for a session, she told me that when she goes back to that memory, she sees the two of us at the the altar of the church sitting together. And like, what a beautiful way to transmute energy. So that's an experience that I just will forever be grateful for. So another way to do this is somatic energy work. This is where you get on a table, you get on the mat, and you just let your body release what words can't touch. So I see this a lot in massages when people are in that in-between consciousness state, and their bodies will like twitch or release energy, and I'll feel their muscles let go under my skin. Another great way to kind of clear out these energy channels and to do this healing is intuitive writing. You let your pen be the channel. You might ask your higher self, you might take a few moments and set a timer for like 5 minutes and take a couple deep breaths, and ask what needs to be healed. And then you just start writing. I need to heal. And then you don't let your pen stop moving until the timer goes off. Another option is breath work and movement. So where we shake it, we sigh it, we stretch, we move it out. You run, you jump up in place, right? Like, you literally, like, maybe you bring up a memory that's very uncomfortable for you, and like a dog, you just like shake it off. Notice where you feel it in your body. Kind of move it. If it's in your upper chest, you would kind of move the shoulders around in circles. So your body knows what to do, and you can't do it wrong. You literally cannot do it wrong. Dancing is a great way to just break up and release energy. So, like, have a dance party. When we work with the chakras, we're not just balancing energy in this body, but we're also accessing the multi-dimensional layers of the self. So a blocked throat chakra may be linked to a past life where one's voice was silenced, or where you were hung, or something like that. A fearful root chakra can reflect in a lifetime of persecution, instability, not feeling like you belong, or that you're one in a tribe. So through this chakra work, meditation, breath, and intention, we can invite this stored energy to rise into our awareness and dissolve, releasing lifetimes of contraction, and invite in soul level healing. And remember, Healing doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it's just the softest whisper or the lightest exhale, or maybe even just like the warmest tear. And you don't need to remember the whole story. It doesn't even need to make sense. You just need to let the energy move. So remember, you are the channel. You are the channel. You are the healer. You are the bridge between what was and what will be. Your presence, your willingness to show up for your own energy is how the pattern ends, how the pain dissolves, how the future shifts. And that, my love, is true power. If this episode spoke to you, I'd love to hear from you. Share it with a friend who needs it, or come and connect with me on Instagram. You can find me on social platforms at Amanda Bryan Therapy. And if you're ready to become a clear channel yourself, you can check out some of my upcoming energy healing workshops or book a one-on-one session with me. And all that info is at amandabryanTherapy.com. And until next time, breathe deeply, move gently, and remember, you are your own healer. You are your own guide. And that's what she said.